Hey, though. It's the mafia. This shit for all the gangsters, nigga. Real story. Jugging out the double doors, cuz in the 6'4". Choppers hitting switches on these niggas back in 94. Basketball practice, and after that I'm back to selling dope. When the cops hit the Ave, I done made a rack off of my pager though. When the WAP hit my box, I'ma hit them back, I'm on the payphone. My shoebox getting full, I need to go buy me a safe for real. It's treacherous outside, not supposed to have it, but I paid for it. A brand new out the box, Tootie on me while I'm trapping. And I hope lock it in. It's time for that. Culture for the streets. Ain't no news like street news. Whether you're here for the streets or the news, hit that like button, subscribe to the culture. Today we gotta talk about 03 Greedo getting snatched up in his own hood. Now some people gonna say that's why you shouldn't be in the gang, and because the same people that you run with and risk your life for are gonna be the same people that turn on you. And I agree with them. But if you participated in gang culture, in gang life, and you lived under the muscle and the protection and the brand of the gang, and that was part of your survival, right? I also agree with the streets when they say or they feel like you turned your back on them when you become successful and you leave them high and dry, you know what I mean? Because if they've been out there risking their life for you, risking catching felonies for you, also you can prosper at what you're doing because you are the breadwinner at that time, and at the same time they doing it for the set. I gotta agree with that too. Because at this point, if you get to that point where you've been up under this umbrella, you've been protected by this umbrella, if something happened to you, these people are going to jump in these cars about you. You see what I'm saying? Then you got to understand how the streets in his area feel. Right? Right. Once again, lock it in. Ain't no news like street news. It's time for that. Culture for the streets. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We finna get into it. Let's go. Now we about to get ready to react to this video. And for the ones that don't know, man, shout out to DC Baby Young Draco, however you say his name. Let me be correct about this. I don't want to be okay then. We finna get back into this 03 Greedo situation, man, and play this video, man. We about to react to this video of DC Baby Draco, man, rocking 03 Greedo whole kit, man. Now, one thing I do want to say before we get into this video, if this is a skit or a gimmick in any type of way, because 03 Greedo got an album coming out, because we also haven't heard 03 Greedo speak on none of this, and 03 Greedo is very vocal when it comes to something that pertains to him, especially if it involves him being a victim, allegedly. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into this video, man. Let's spin the bend. Lock it in. You know how I go. And shout out to DC Baby Draco, man. Go follow his channel for the content. You dig.
News, man. Daily news, man. Today, man, we coming straight out of Los Angeles, California. We gonna be talking about 03 Greedo, man. Man. It got real tricky, man, in the grape streets, man. So, you know, a couple weeks ago, you know, I pulled up to the grape streets, you know, and It's been in the air, man, like, okay, somebody chain got took over here. Somebody whole kit got took over here. You feel me? So it's like, ooh, wee. You feel me? So it's like, it could get real slimy. Now, I've been knew about this probably like almost a month now. You feel me? But being that, you know, it was in Grape Street and I didn't know how the politics work, I mind my business. If it ain't public, I mind my business. You hear me? So, man, I go on Instagram to one of the dudes that was up in the blogs, that was in the hood vlog, bro. And like I said, it's been rumors that he got O3 Greedo chain. Now, like I said, it ain't public, so it wasn't for me to really speak on it, because if you speak on stuff when, people ain't really trying to get it out there, that's how issues could come about, you feel me? But guess what, man? It's public records now. One of the Grape Streets, the YNs, man, they post O3 Greedo chain, his watch, his ring, his whole kit. Oh my God. Now, I ain't did daily news in a very long time. I'm the first person with this info. Don't nobody know about this. I don't want to hear none of that, man. No note jumper, no LA plat. It's been in the air, man, like, okay. Oh my
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store preloaded.
God. Now, I ain't did daily news in a very long time. I'm the first person with this info. Don't nobody know about this. I don't want to hear.
Now I am gonna say this about DC Baby Draco, man. Salute to him because he must be from California. If he ain't from California, he at least in the streets, and you could tell because he understand. You know what I mean? Even if he ain't involved in the politics, he understand the politics, and he evidently he's from the streets some type of way because he understand. You know what I mean? These types of things shouldn't be brought out until they already out, and then you can be one of the ones that broadcast what's going on. So salute to him for doing that, because when we talking about the streets and then we talking about the information in the streets being put out on these YouTube streets, we got to watch how we put it out there. So, when it comes to that, I do want to emphasize the fact that DC Baby Draco, you know what I mean? This is something that's real spicy. He could have got moving real fast. You feel me? Putting this out a month ago. Like he said, this was a month ago. He was just waiting for things to spill out the cup before he got to talking about it. You did. Out of respect to the grapes. You feel what I'm saying?
None of that, man. No note jumper, no LA platforms, know nothing about this. But DC Baby Draco. Now, like I said, man, I been knew about this. But I couldn't speak on it. Boy, I was trying to hold water. And I did. But now, man, it's been brought to my attention that the YN is fed up and he posted O3 Greedo's whole kit. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Hallelujah, Jesus. May we bless O3 Greedo. Oh my God. Now, it's been brought to my attention, right? His whole kit wasn't took because he was snitching or allegations on his name or things of that nature. The reason why '03 Greedo chains was snatched and took and repossessed, oh my God, was because he don't look out for his people and he don't give back to his community. He don't pop out. He don't show love no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, shit.
And that's where it gets sticky at, because when you from a hood and you part of that hood and you running around claiming that hood and you carrying this everywhere you go, this what you doing. This you almost branding it and verbally trademarking it in a manner, you know what I mean? But when you from that same hood and they struggling and you ain't looking back in no type of way. Now I ain't gonna be the one to sit here and act like I know exactly what '03 Greedo be doing, because I don't. Let's just say he do go back and do certain things. It's always gonna be some niggas off to the side that feel like you ain't do it for me. You feel what I'm saying? When you are from a section, whether you know certain people or not, people will begin to feel obligated in a certain type of way. And that's why when it comes to California, we do see a lot of members from the streets begin to get their own motion going some kind of way. And it's always other members within they set that become the most envious and be verbal about how they feel, or he ain't doing this right and he ain't doing that. They start dictating what you should be doing with your stuff. Like, what would they do if they had it? Would they do it like what they expecting you to do? You know what I mean? Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's a lose-lose. You get the money and you go back and you do all these things. You do things for the kids. You take care of the streets, things like that. You take care of the streets. You, with your money, you risk catching a RICO, because one of these niggas go out and do the wrong thing with the money that you didn't supply for the streets. Now you run the risk of catching a RICO, because the main thing they gonna say is, well, he from over there. I feel like they money coming from him and he orchestrating all this other, you see what I'm saying? He controlling. So like certain things you have to be mindful of. But I think when you still have people that's back there, they don't care about none of that. Nigga, what you gonna do for me? They feel obligated. And when you do for them, they so obligated that they're never content with what you did for them. You go buy them a rollie and a chain, $40,000 rollie, buy him a $20,000, $30,000 Cuban. They still not gonna be satisfied, because now that they got that, they kind of got what you got, but they still need the car like what you got. So now they looking at you like you obligated to sit them. And you see what I'm saying? It's a never-ending cycle of obligation that you ain't gonna escape, especially when you involved in a gang. These niggas gonna be entitled and feel like you obligated to do for them like you is for your family. Because at the end of the day, being part of gang culture is supposed to be like a family thing.
If you gonna claim Grape Street, you know, and you gonna represent Grape Street, man, you gotta give back to the community. You hear me? So it's like, we gonna shut down that narrative right now. He didn't get smutted out or his chains took because of allegations. The reason why '03 Greedo got his chains took is because he did not give back to his community and looking out for his people, man. And, you know, I could understand that. Especially if you from LA and you banging somebody's set. You feel me? If you gang banging somebody's set, man,
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day 1, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime because it...
Man, listen, you got to give back, man. You got to, bro. If you claiming somebody's gang, if you claiming Grape Street, man, then YNs need a piece of it. Come on, man. So it's like I said, man, I wasn't really going to speak on it. It wasn't nothing for me to speak on. Like I said, don't nobody know about this. I'm breaking the news right now. I'm the voice of the streets. And you know what? This is what we gonna do, man. I'ma pull up on the dude himself that took 03 Greedo chains. It might be hard, though. We gonna see if Draco can get that exclusive interview after this, man.
Now, I think when it comes to that right there, I think DC Baby Draco should kind of stay, you know what I mean, up out of that, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, that could be a thing right there that throw him in the mix, what's going on, because it's like almost, you know, even though it's content, you know what I mean, shout out to DC Baby Draco too, because, you know, that's something that everybody gonna want to see, and he willing to take that risk to make it happen, you know what I mean? Not everybody gonna do that, to put that content out here in these YouTube streets. You gotta lock it in. Ain't no news like street news. Whether you're here for the streets or you're here for the news, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. But he right, though. I just don't approve of, I don't think that's a good move to, you know what I mean? Even for the dude that allegedly took it from Greedo, you feel what I'm saying? Because you implicating yourself in what, aggravated robbery, nigga? With a weapon? In Cali? With gang enhancements? And strikes? You feel how you feel, so you move how you move, and you did what you do. But that's where all of this get tricky, because that's where it becomes messy, when niggas want to go that far, to put themselves out there that far, to risk getting their freedom took for something they put that's where we go back to that self-snitching, man. We don't know who that nigga is with the brag around his mouth and he's stunting all the jewelry, the whole kit 03 got on. We don't know that nigga. You do an interview, these YouTube streets gonna find out exactly who you are, and the police will too. Nigga, don't do it. Lock it in, man. It's time for that.
Wow. This is crazy. Not thugged out. We don't want to bring the bloods and the cuz out. All my niggas thugged out, thugged out, thugged out. We thugged out, thugged out, thugged out. We thugged out, thugged out, thugged out, thugged out, thugged out, thugged out, thugged out. Oh my goodness. 03 Greedo, man. They tried to sweep it underneath the rug for a minute. They tried to, man. But now it's like, man, they tired, man. Them YNs ready to eat, man. Them YNs is tripping out here, man. Listen, if you gangbanging in LA, man, you gangbanging somebody's set, you know what I'm saying? Give back to the gang that you representing, bro. Or this is going to be the consequences, man. Now, this is crazy, bro. This is really crazy. Now, I'm going to try to find, bro, Instagram. You know, I'm going to try to put his Instagram on there. Probably put his Instagram, tag his Instagram in the description. Pin the comment or something, you feel me? And I'm going to tag him on, Instagram, man. Bro, y'all heard it first from DC Baby Draco. 03 Greedos, chains, his whole kit, his watch, ring, chain, everything. It has been officially repoed, man. Them YNs out there tripping.
Now see, as calculated as DC baby young Draco is, at the end he got kind of messy because I'm not about to be tagging the criminal, the suspect, or whatever you want to call him. Nah, 03 Greedo probably ain't pressing no charge, but we also don't need you alley-ooping him in the air with these allegations. We know how 12 is. They using these social media platforms and watching people commit crimes and implicate themselves in crimes. And then look at Loose Cannon and Brick Baby right now. Is niggas not learning from what's going on in the environment right now with all these other niggas? Because I don't think so. You know why I think that is? Because clout then became a bigger drug than drugs. Clout then became a bigger substance than the substances we know today that ruined our hood, man. Our streets, our environments, the products that we become because of these environments. Clout has become the newest substance. And everybody addicted to it. But let me know what y'all think in them comments, man. Do y'all think 03 Greedo didn't do his job with the hood? Like he didn't go back to the hood and do what he was supposed to, or did he make some promises he didn't come through on, or did he just have animosity and jealous niggas in the back somewhere just waiting for an opportunity to fall out with him so they could get one up on him? We still got to remember, this happened in Jordan Downs. Allegedly. From a nigga that's allegedly from the same area as he is. Which makes it even worse. Man, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Ain't no news like street news, whether you're here for the streets or you're here for the news, man. Hit that like button and subscribe to the culture. It's time for that. Culture for the streets. Hosted by Mafia and Paint. Lock it in. I'm out of here.
Hey, though. It's the Mafia. This shit for all the gangsters, nigga. Real story. Hey. Jugging out the double doors, cuz in the 6'4". Choppers hitting switches on these niggas back in 94. Basketball practice, and after that I'm back to selling dope. When the cops hit the Ave, I done made a rack off of my pager though. When the WAP hit my box, I'ma hit them back, I'm on the payphone. My shoebox getting full, I need to go buy me a safe for real. It's treacherous outside, not supposed to have it, but I paid for it. A brand new out the box, Tootie on me while I'm trapping. And I hope